So apparently the drama is about a lot of people say that Pritwan decides to give Asuka SSS tier on bosses and SSS tier on boss with ads. Alright? So of course some people will believe, some people won't believe, some people will question it, some people will be like, okay, what's the proof here, right? What is the reasoning? Some people like they want to know more. SSS tier is really high. That means it's the strongest of the strongest, right? The truth is, here's the thing, right? With tier lists, Pritwan tier lists, they do change from time to time. Alright, I'm sure you guys, if you guys have looked at any tier list on Pritwan, they do change. Sometimes they bring it up, sometimes they bring it down. Right? It has happened before. And I believe that happened with 2B and A2. It was like quite high tier, and then it brought down a little bit, right? Oh yeah. The same Pritwan that rated Ludmilla SS, this was at the beginning, when Nikke first came out. If you guys know, you guys know. If you guys don't know, it's like an old story, right? Ludmilla is, we're not talking about the regular Ludmilla, by the way. We're talking about the, there's this Ludmilla, the Defender one. Alright, she used to be rated SS. Like SSS tier, this particular one. Alright, she used to be the highest tier character in the game. But then, yeah, that was at the beginning of the game. So to be fair, like, that was like, at the point, it was quite buggy and stuff. So obviously, there's a lot of people questioning this as well, right? About, is this actually SSS tier? I think there's another content creator for Nikke called SkyJLV. If you guys haven't checked his channel out, he does make some analysis videos for Asuka as well. Very interesting. A lot of people say that he shared the same sentiment with me, that Asuka is not that strong, right? That's why I said as well, after my own testing, comparing Asuka with Ain, Asuka with a few other characters, or Nikke's rather. So it's still quite early to tell. Asuka is going to look strong for now, of course, because Shift Up's intention is to make Asuka strong now, right? So that they can sell a character. So that's the thing. Asuka is going to be very strong right now, and I believe the solo raids, upcoming solo raids, is going to be tweaked. It's going to tweak to, you know, fit the narrative of Asuka being broken. But that's not what we're looking for, right? We're looking more for the consistency. Can she still be strong? If you want to know a character is strong, you don't want to look at them in their element in Nikke. You want to look at them at outside of the element, like in neutral element, right? For example, like if you want to look how strong is Scarlet Black Shadow, don't look at her fighting, getting the bonus because she's a Wind Elemental damage bonus. Look at her when she's not fighting an enemy that's weak against Wind, right? Fighting against like a neutral enemy, that is. So that's how you are able to tell. But Asuka against neutral enemy, she doesn't seem that impressive, at least. So let's see then, what is the drama all about? Addressing the Asuka situation, drama, okay? People get too carried away bashing Pritwan. Okay.
Chat. Let's have a chat right here, because I
think
there has been some issues right now circulating, and you know, people thinking it's drama or whatever.
Drama?
It is, and
is it drama?
Might have an idea already what it is, but as of recently, you know, I talked about the Asuka is not SSS tier.
Asuka is not SSS tier. Asuka is not SSS tier. Look at this, Alice 2.5 million. Asuka 1 million. Damn, Asuka is doing half the damage of Alice. Half. Okay, I see where this is.
And
this is going.
So a lot of people are taking a lot of the things out of context and maybe hyper fixating on particular screenshots.
No SSS tier
that has come out. And again, I just wanted to make a point why I made this video.
Okay.
But this is like just my initial rant, because there's some people that's like pinging me, asking me about But yeah.
Wait, D Killer Wife, Crown, Naga, Asuka versus Alice. Alice outperforms Asuka. I'm guessing that Alice is a manual Alice, not an auto Alice. Because it's crazy. It would be crazy if an auto Alice can outperform Asuka by that much. That's like 2.5 times. That's crazy, man. Yeah, that's a lot of... And also, I don't know who... Is this a boss? I guess it doesn't matter if the boss has core or not, right? Because at that point, because Asuka also have core hit.
So, yeah, and obviously there's a lot of things that people are assuming also. And I know like a lot of people in our community kind of just like to...
Don't Asuka also buff Alice? She does. But people are not looking at Asuka as a supporter, but people are looking at Asuka in both roles, right? Pritwan in shambles. Summonion has 60% self buff on elemental damage. She must be SSS tier. Pritwan, Asuka SSS tier on boss, solo, plus ads. So pull it. Me? Nah, I'ma wait for our savior. Yeah, I was skeptical about Pritwen and the content creators using Pritwen to hype her up. She's good, but they were going overboard with the hype. I was waiting for your thoughts, Sky. So nobody trusts Pritwen.
Talk around Pridwen in shambles because yeah, a lot of people are probably thinking, oh, because SSS Nikke.gg or Pridwen.
Yeah, testing is very important, right? The truth is, the problem is he has no tier list. Why does he need tier list to be credible? You don't need tier list to be credible. Nobody needs to make a tier list to be credible, right? I think a lot of people watch me for Brown Dust 2, but I've never actually made an actual Brown Dust 2 tier list to be considered credible. Like, you just need to be knowledgeable in the game. You don't need tier list at all. Like, tier list is good and all, but it doesn't prove anything. In fact, when you make tier lists, you're putting yourself in a disservice if you can't update the tier list often, because people are always going to refer to the tier list and meta changes. You always gotta like switch things around. So and there's that as well.
You guys need to calm down. Please don't harass or talk or ping or what.
Don't know why people still open Pritwen. They are the most shit reviewers. One of their content creators even got banned from using macro. LOL. Damn. Pritwen got banned. I was talking about this with some friends. Asuka is fantastic, but she's overly conditional. Even if you go with a Scarlet comparison, Scarlet can do most of her damage from the 5th slot. Asuka has to burst, or she's taking a damage big hit. Yeah, this is pretty much in line with what I said, right? Asuka feels very niche right now. I don't think she's going to be strong in the long run. She's going to be strong now, but I don't think she's going to be strong in the long run.
Pridwen has improved a lot already ever since like the beginning of Nikke, and I know they have been doing their own calculations. I do my own calculations as well. One of the Pridwen people actually have reached out to me as well, and they did mention about.
Okay, let's see. One of the Pridwen people. This is Kisenix. Okay, shared a fixed calculation. Are you making an update? Maths are done with false assumption. Assault rifle having 40% core accuracy outside of Asuka's verse. Asuka is 90% of Alice in Tianaga. Asuka is 95% of Alice in Bani Noah. Asuka is 93% of Alice in Crown Puberty. Asuka is 75% of Alice in Crown Naga. So Asuka is losing to Alice. This does not include Asuka's buff herself, which makes her 60% of Alice in Crown Naga. Alice suffers from overload pressure. Okay, Asuka does not suffer from overload pressure.
About this, yeah, it was this screenshot, and yeah, so they did made some adjustments on their calculation as well. They're talking about they're just gonna make an adjustment,
I hype Genshin?
And
probably not.
They're gonna keep it triple S still, and that is fine. I do think that guides are just and tier lists are really more about the person's like preference, individual. They have their own priority. I have some things that I do value on, and they have their own different set of values as well on what makes them as triple S tiers. If you guys
wait, I want to read the end here. We are going to fix the review and add more information, address some of the issues being circulated around, as well as reducing the hype on Asuka's DPS. Instead of saying she matches Alice's DPS, we will say she is slightly below Alice in terms of DPS, but this will vary across different teams. We will also focus more on her buffing side, which is crazy. We will still keep Asuka and SSS, however. I don't think you can keep Asuka and SSS because like Alice, you can still put her outside of a team that's not in her advantage though.
Tiers. If you guys
you can still use her with Scarlet Black Shadow.
I have a heavy focus a lot on solo raid.
I don't know if Asuka you can do that.
Very top tier level, so my perspective is a little bit more skewed about that, like the competitive people.
Maybe in the future, if we get a Pilgrim Fire character, then Asuka can buff that Pilgrim Fire character. Actually, we already have Modernia right now, right? To be fair, that could be a thing, but I don't know, man. It does seem if there's one more, maybe that could be a thing.
PvE, and especially for PvP, I actually, I've always mentioned it on stream, I don't have that much of a level of as much understanding as the other people in that. So I tried. Pridwen, I have nothing against Pridwen. I think they make their own calculations and have their own adjustments as well.
Okay.
And they have their different set of view on what units are, and I have my different set of views, and I try to explain my thoughts. If you guys haven't done so yet, I did post a new video, the Asuka video, where it's just titled Asuka, talking about just Asuka as a unit.
It's not SSS
so
tier.
just go and like my thoughts on her. You guys will see much more, maybe less ranty than what I had on that as well on the not SS tier. And again, this was just addressing kind of like the people that were upping in me about it. It's not against anything in particular.
Wow.
I feel like I am partly a little bit more responsible because sometimes my rant does go. That one was just like during stream, so obviously I cannot control my whatever I'm speaking of, but you guys need to calm down. Also,
did he say something about Pretwen in specific? Damn, that was crazy, right? That's interesting.
I do think that they have their own tier list. I have kind of like my idea on it. I know there's some people that have been asking about the tier list of what my tier list is, and I thought about it, but I also didn't want to maintain it. So that's part of it.
Yeah, making a tier list is easy, but maintaining it is the hard part, because whenever a new character comes out, you have to like change a little bit, right? It's always going to be rough. He shouldn't have attacked Pretwen. He should just stuck to his own opinion. Did he attack Pretwen though? I don't think he attacked Pretwen. Did he make a video attacking them? I don't think he attacked Pretwen though. I feel like it's just people are the one that bring his opinion and say, okay, Pretwen says this, you say this. I don't think it's him. I think it's the viewers or some people, some part of his community, right?
So I try to speak units as how it is, how I think I'm gonna use them in the future, especially for solo raid. I have a little bit of bias on those. I just wanted to make sure that none of this gets too escalated. Anyways, I've been seeing.
I mean, of course you have to be biased towards solo raids, right? Because that's how you want to gauge how strong a character is. How else are you going to gauge? Because story is story, right? I mean, like, it's also important, but I think solo raids is also one of the key main factors to judge if a character is going to be strong or not. He's a mega whale, his experience won't apply to the majority. Oh yeah, definitely. His experience, his characters won't apply to the majority, but that doesn't mean that he can't measure how strong a character is optimally, right? Because like, the only difference is like, especially in this game, in Nikke, from limit break 0 all the way to core 7, it's just a little bit of stats increase, right? If he's comparing core 7 characters to core 7 characters and yours is limit break 0 to limit break 0, but you have overload gears, the results wouldn't change. Why would the result be different? Because it's just stats increase. There's no constellation, there's no like eidolons in this game, similar to how Genshin or Honkai Star Rail works. There's no additional ability that unlocks it. It's just those things, it's just stats. So I think it's very easy to just gauge how strong a character is, ideally.
Seeing kind of like a lot of people bashing Pridwen. I think different people, different sites have their different ways of testing. I have my own ways of testing. Really, that video is more response for me and the people that was addressing it to me. In any case, I just want to quickly de-escalate this because I feel like if I don't address this early on, I think things are gonna go quickly down the drain. And I have nothing in particular, anything against Pridwen, I think a lot of you are getting a bit too hasty. In any case, that's it. I don't want this to be too long, but yeah, I just wanted to address.
So people are attacking Pridwen because of that?
And like I mentioned, different people will just have different set of views, and this is just like my own take, right? 10 out.
Alright, so that's pretty much it, I guess.
No drama.
So no drama, man. No drama. He has a free-to-play account. Did he test it on his free-to-play account though? I don't care about Pretwen, their tier list is not trustworthy at all. It's decent and pretty good resource actually. If you want in-depth, you have to go to Sky. It's a hit or miss. Feels like they're dropping the ball repeatedly lately. It's like they are no longer as focused on Nikke like before. I'm not sure, are they? Pretwen is clearly biased on Asuka and it shows. Just like how they are biased on putting Acheron on T0 for every game mode in Honkai Star Rail. Uh-oh! Honkai Star Rail brought up! Honkai Star Rail is brought up, guys. The moment Honkai Star Rail is brought up, you know it's serious. In reality, Acheron is not top tier in pure fiction or in AS. They only recently downgrade her after 3 months. Lemao, especially when people have been saying this since day one. Remember the Prewen Jingyuan drama? Ah. But yeah, that's that, right? Nikke needs more drama. Thanks for your contribution. She's not SS. She is SSSS. If Prewen keeps Asuka on SSS in bosses, I'll lose all the respect I had left on them. For me, SSS category are the units you can use on any solo raids, regardless of the element. Yeah, I do agree with this. If a character is SSS, so Lita is SSS, right? And Lita, you know, she's going to be flexible and you can use her everywhere. Can you say the same for Asuka? Is Asuka on par with Lita, like in terms of like DPS versus I know one is DPS, one is support, but can Asuka be used everywhere, like Lita? So there's that as well, right? Obviously, everyone will have their bias. I get it, right? When it comes to tier list, everybody will have their biases. So I'm not going to judge too much, but I'm just trying to have a discussion, right? Crown, I agree, very flexible unit. Red Hood, very flexible. Alice is super flexible. Scarlet Black Shadow, very flexible as well. Unit that only excels on one type of weakness should be placed as SS. Prewen is telling me I'll be using Asuka on every raid from now on since she is SSS. There's a chance that you might if she can be in a separate team with Modernia, but because like she buffs fire and stuff, but that's something that we have to find out, obviously. You can use Red Hood and Modernia everywhere. Yeah, and maybe the idea here is because you can use Modernia everywhere, maybe Prewen is placing Asuka next to Modernia because they can be in a team together. I'm not sure if there's that or not. Lita is unfair example cause supports are typically more flexible. What about Red Hood? Yeah, what about Red Hood, right? Red Hood is pretty flexible, I feel like. You can use her outside of her elemental advantage. Red Hood is Iron type, but you can also use her in a boss that's not like Iron damage bonus elemental, right? Asuka is placed SS on the tier list, not SSS. Here it clearly says boss solo and boss S, right? That means it's for the boss. So the problem is, when you put boss solo SSS, that means people are going to assume it's going to work on most bosses. Or is it only SSS? Only if boss weak to fire. Because if that's the case, if this condition needs to be met, then it shouldn't be SSS, which is what people are arguing, right? Asuka is B tier in bedroom. B tier in bedroom. There's that. But yeah, that's a very interesting discussion, right?